the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
We're starting with breaking news this evening. One person had to be taken by ambulance after an ATV rollover in Hawley, Minnesota. It happened just after 7 o'clock tonight in the 1700 block of 190th Street South, which is just south of the Buffalo River. Officials telling us that 2 people were involved in the crash, but the other person involved was not hurt. At this time, authorities are not releasing information about the person that was hurt. You can stay with Valley News Live for further updates on this breaking story. The Minnesota State Patrol is investigating after a Minnesota woman was hurt when her vehicle ran into a boat being pulled by an SUV in Becker County. Minnesota State Patrol says it happened around 3:30 today on Highway 59 near County Road 14 near Callaway. Both vehicles were heading north on Highway 59 when the SUV tried to pass the other car. But that's when the car driven by 61-year-old Levon Malachek from Callaway tried to make a left turn but ended up hitting the boat. The impact knocked the boat off of the trailer. Malachek was taken to Essentia Health, St. Mary's in Detroit Lakes, but is expected to be okay. The driver of the SUV was not hurt. Coming up after, whether ready or not, back to school shopping is coming. And a new survey is out showing that parents will spend an average of $500 per child on clothes and supplies. So what are the best deals locally? Plus, we take a look at damage from last night's severe weather. And Robert, tonight's a much different story than what we saw this time yesterday.
Yeah, much quieter tonight. Last time at this hour, we were still dealing with some very strong and severe thunderstorms rolling through the area. But tonight, a lot of cloud cover, but nothing like what we saw last night. A live look outside on the CortlandAuto.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network. Still a few raindrops showing up on the Skycam from time to time. Still a few sprinkles roaming about out there. A cool evening across the Red River Valley, and we're going to see a cool night tonight, a nice day tomorrow, but then the heat makes a quick return. 66 degrees right now here in Fargo with still a northerly breeze around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures elsewhere, 61 degrees up in Langdon and at Devil's Lake, 63 in Valley City. And look at the cooler temperatures off towards the northeast, 56 in Baudette, Bemidji, 57 in Roseau. Some areas dipping down into the upper 40s later on tonight. Still some northerly breezes out there. These will subside as we head through the next few hours, becoming light overnight. Still quite a bit of cloud cover out there, but we did see a few breaks in those clouds in some locations, and we'll see less and less cloudiness as tomorrow wears on. Still a few showers roaming about out there, drifting off towards the south, but the overall coverage, the trend will be for these to decrease. They may hang on for a while and even into tomorrow morning over our far eastern counties. Across the northern plains, some showers up in southern portions of Ontario and off towards the west in the Black Hills. Some showers and some thunderstorms just to the southwest of Rapid City, South Dakota. More showers and storms, some of those strong and even severe in parts of eastern Colorado and across the eastern portions of the U.S. Still one small sliver of a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of Wisconsin, but no warnings in that area as of right now. For us, as we head through the overnight hours, again, we've got mostly cloudy skies. We'll see that overnight. Could see some patchy fog. Some of that could be locally dense and maybe a few showers and sprinkles again hanging on in our far eastern counties. Just some partly to mostly cloudy skies for the rest of the region. Now, as we head through the day tomorrow, after a cool start, we'll see a slow warm up into the 60s and 70s where the clouds linger the longest. That's where we're going to see the coolest highs in the mid 60s, but some low to mid 70s off towards the west where we see more sunshine, and those clouds continue to decrease as we head through tomorrow evening. Here in Fargo, we're going to start off the day in the upper 50s. The light northerly breeze. By lunchtime, should see at least some sunshine and temperatures warming into the mid 60s. And later on, we're going to warm it on up into the lower 70s with a light northeasterly breeze. Picture of the day, one of the many beautiful pictures that were sent in to us yesterday, and we appreciate all of those photographs. This one sent to us by Stacy Schroeder of a shelf cloud north of Glendon. Going to use that as the background to our 7-day forecast tomorrow. A cool day again, but then right back into summer-like heat as we head through your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Some low 90s. Chance for a few storms Saturday and again on Tuesday and Wednesday. At this time, it doesn't look like any big severe threat, but it's that time of year. Any of those storms could be strong and maybe even beyond.
Yes. Well, all I know is it was nice to get a break and turn off that AC today, open up my window to get that fresh air back in.
Good sleeping weather tonight with the windows open.
Good. Thank you, Robert.
You got it.
All my cameras have died. Oh my gosh.
As mentioned before, the Northern Valley was hit hard by tornadoes. Take a look at this video shot by AccuWeather storm chaser Reed Timmer just west of Buxton, North Dakota. National Weather Service is reporting that an EF2 level tornado passed from that area to near Cummings and Detroit Lakes. The Detroit Country Club and neighboring Lakeview Golf Course are also dealing with massive cleanup efforts. High winds took down nearly 100 trees. The Country Club won't be reopening until Friday, but course officials say they are hoping to reopen the Lakeview course sometime tomorrow. And again, it's that time of year, back to school shopping. A recent report says parents will spend an over of $500 between supplies, clothing, and technology for their students in preparation for this school year. Valley News Team's Molly Casey looked into what the best deals are. Molly?
With the rising popularity of online shopping thanks to its ease and often lower prices, we wanted to see if it would be any cheaper to buy the supplies online. So we chose a few items off a local school supplies list to compare. In the store, these cards cost just 49 cents. On Amazon, they cost $2.99. It's a pretty big difference. Whereas gallon-size zip-top bags cost $4.59 in the store, but if you buy them off of Amazon, they're $7.49. Basic calculators cost $4.99 off the shelf but on Amazon, it's actually cheaper at $3.99. And in the store, some name-brand notebooks range from $3.75 to $6. Whereas on Amazon, the off-brands are only $1.69. But all those online prices are higher or lower have a catch, and you have to have $25 worth of items in your cart for those prices to apply. And on other items, you have to be a Prime member for them to even be ordered. I added up what it would cost in store for the entire list, and it was about $53, whereas online it would be over $200 off of Amazon. And you have to remember that Prime members are $99 a year on top of that.
All right, thank you, Molly. To see a full list of items compared and for more tips for shopping online and in-store, visit our website at valleynewslive.com. We have new information now on a story you'll only see here. The final piece of the mystery of what led a homeless man to be found encased in ice in Grand Forks. DJ Campbell's final autopsy is now complete after crews found his body back in March. The medical examiner found that Campbell was under the influence of meth. His death was ruled an accident, but questions remain about whether he was kicked out of the only homeless shelter in Grand Forks. Police reports say that a woman at the front desk of the shelter said Campbell was visibly high and was a danger to himself and others. Roommates said he smoked meth inside the shelter as well. Campbell was told that if he refused a urine test, he would be kicked out for 10 days. He did refuse and left the mission. His body was found 2 weeks later. Well, we've all won a goldfish or two while playing games at the fair, but one game was giving out rabbits as prizes at the Red River Valley Fair on Tuesday. Our whistleblower hotline was full of angry messages, people wanting to know why this was being allowed. Fair officials tell us they discovered the situation late Tuesday night, immediately putting a stop to it. We're told the game operators and independent contractors who lease space from Murphy Brothers Expositions. The man told officials the rabbits came from a Craigslist seller.
We want to make sure when people are out here, they're safe. We don't want people to take home animals, critters that they can't take care of. We don't want them to be harmed in any way, so that's why we don't allow it. If you're not set up to take care of an animal, you shouldn't have it.
The rabbits have since been removed from being prizes at the fair, and they were returned. And as mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline, so if you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call us at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. A man who escaped from a Minnesota federal prison back in 1992, and he's been on the run ever since. He's been taken back into custody after trying to renew his driver's license. Investigators from the Nevada Department of Motor Vehicles withheld 64-year-old Robert Nelson's driver's license after facial recognition technology showed the same person had previously held a driver's license in the name of Craig Palter. Investigators dug deeper and found Nelson had a string of felony convictions under both names, so that's when they arrested him. Authorities call Nelson, quote, a violent criminal with a long rap sheet. Phone, cable, and internet giant CenturyLink is being sued by the Minnesota Attorney General's office after allegedly billing customers for higher amounts than they were quoted by a sales rep. Attorney General Lori Swanson says multiple cases were reported of customers being billed double what they were first quoted for their fees. Now, after we posted this story to our Facebook page, Pamela Sherrod claimed to have had the same thing happen, saying, quote, they are charging us $86 a month and quoted us $24 a month. They then disconnected my internet and then charged me for another month. I live in North Dakota, but would like something done. And she wasn't the only one. Many of our Facebook followers claim to have had the same problems across the river in North Dakota. Some even saying that their prices have doubled. We reached out to the North Dakota Attorney General's office to see if they're investigating. They say they have no comment at this time. Police met with concerned Fargo citizens tonight to discuss what problems they've been facing as a community, especially in downtown. While the area is only about a half square mile, it accounts for the most calls in the city at 5,000 so far this year. Police say that they're stretched thin and that building relationships with the community is an important step in stopping crime.
Can't just assume that the police department knows what's happening all the time if you haven't told them. So we kind of emphasize that, the importance of communicating things early and giving us the opportunity to work on those and then partnering with us to work on some of those issues too.
At any time, downtown has no more than a dozen officers working the beat. That's still the most well-staffed area.